Hello everyone. Hello Garter Snake and hello Lego. I'm just gonna call you Lego. It's much easier. Welcome to the stream. Hello. I think I've moved my camera since the last stream, so it might be a bit weird. Maybe better if I do that. So, hello everyone. I'm a bit unprepared today for this stream, so you might have to bear with me for a second. I kind of decided I wanted to stream very last minute, so I wasn't really ready for it. Okay. I think everything's fine though. Oops. Okay, so what are we going to be doing today? Well, we're just going to be doing some modding, basically. My cameras are not right at all, is it actually? Should it be this way? No, it should be this way. There you go. No, that's still weird. No, I am doing it the wrong way. There we go. I changed it a lot since the last stream, so let's also, that might be better. Hello Klimos123. So yeah, we're just going to be doing some random mod dev. This still isn't right. That's better. Yeah, so just some random mod dev stuff. Move it down more. Maybe a little bit. My room's a bit messy at the moment though, so I don't want to move it too far down. So yeah, I don't really have any plans of like specifics of what we're gonna do. Just mod dev overall, and maybe I'll review some mods as well. If I have any more submissions, but I don't think we have any more since the previous stream. Let me just, I can double check. Oh, that's weird. Let's see. No, we haven't, which I didn't think we had. So yeah, let's just switch, oops, to IntelliJ. There we go. So, first of all, let's go through what mod I currently have open. So I currently have Tertius Sinking open, which is just my kitchen sink mod. Let's turn that down. Yeah, so this is just my kitchen sink mod where I add just random stuff that I feel like adding. For example, right here we have a wheelchair with some nitro canisters on the back, which I think is nice. But they don't work as nitro canisters, so. What else does this mod have? Well, it has a camera, which I've been spending way too long on. So, you know, you can take pictures. Oops, not like that. I'm too close to it, I guess. And then I can, you know, save it. So give it a name, wheelchair, nitro, I don't know. Save it. And then I can go to the gallery, and then, you know, which is a bit scuffed at the moment, but in theory you would also be able to edit it. Yeah, I thought I got that working, I was going to say. So yeah, I can go in and edit it, go back, whatever. But that's just a fun thing that I'll work on more. We could do that in this stream. That's something we could work on, for sure. We also have a claymore, because, I don't know, at some point I decided let's add a claymore. So, that's pretty cool, I guess. But I want to add, like, visual lines so you can see the lines. Which obviously isn't realistic, but, like, every game seems to do it, so I feel like it just makes sense to do that. And it shouldn't be too hard either. What else do we have? We have a backpack, which... I mean, it's a backpack, what do I say? Yeah, it's a backpack. I can press B, or... In theory, I can press B to open it, but it never actually seems to work, and I don't know why. I've obviously done something to break that. Yeah, it says it's B. But I press B and nothing happens. So I don't know what that's about. But I mean, I can open it in my hand, I can place it down, whatever. What else? We have thigh highs, which we added in the last stream. Which is a terrible idea, but now they're here. So, yeah, thigh highs. What can I say? Not much about that. I have a piano. Which is pretty cool. And I can use my keyboard to play it too. As you would kind of expect to be able to do. I just can't play piano though, so that's kind of a problem with that. What else? We have a bone saw. Where I can just saw off limbs. As you can see, I now no longer have an arm. Saw off a leg. Wow, now I have no body. And I can't move, because, well, I don't have a body. I can saw off my other arm. Oh no, I maybe just sawn off my body, which, yeah. And I can saw off my other arm, is what I wanted to show, and now I can't use any of my stuff, but now my whole hotbar is disabled. Except I shouldn't be able to throw stuff, that's kind of janky. I'm actually curious, do I die in survival? No, because I didn't make it work retroactively. What else? I don't know, I added experience ore at some point. Now I can't do anything, you see, so I actually have to kill myself. Which I think just drops experience. I don't know why I added this. As I say, it's a kitchen sink mod, it's not meant to make sense or have a theme or anything. I have a quarry, but that doesn't work, I don't believe, so... Yeah, that's basically it. There's also a sledgehammer, which I don't know if that works or not. Yeah, it does. So it's just a basic 3x3 thing. It's fairly simple. I mean, that's definitely one of the things we can work on in the stream. Just add a model for this or something. That'd be fairly quick and easy. Okay. So what should we work on, guys? Oops. As I say, the last thing I was doing was the wheelchair. So, you know, I can place down the wheelchair. I can open the inventory. I can put in some nitro canisters. Not like that. like that, and then it shows up on the back. I keep pressing the wrong button here, but there you go. You got the 2 nitro canisters. Take that one out. Just that one. But there's no way to use the nitro right now. And also it doesn't visually display like on the HUD anywhere, which I would quite like it to do. And someone in another Discord server said that I should make it so if you use the nitro, there's a very small chance that you just go flying off of the wheelchair, which I think would actually be quite funny. So we could do that. We could do those things in this stream. I think we'll do that. Let's do that. Okay. So, first of all, what should we start with? Shall we start by let's make the nitro actually work first, I think would be the best. So we'll do... Oh, I also have a boss baby. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. I added the boss baby at some point. I'll run it and I'll show you that as well. I use Blockbench to make the models, so Blockbench, got wheelchair there, as you can see. I like to think I'm slowly getting better at modeling and texturing, but I'm not sure, to be honest. Here we go, so like I can summon the boss baby. And I mean, what can I say? It's the boss baby. There's nothing special going on now. He does move around, I think. I think he's very fast, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he's quite fast. Maybe too fast, but... Yeah, I don't know why I added the boss baby. I think I did that about a year ago. So if we want to make the boost work, that should be fairly simple. I think I can modify this travel method. So yeah, I just have set speed here. So basically I just multiply this by like some kind of boost factor. Let's see, so shift is going to be dismount, right? So space should maybe be boost. Now travel, if I recall, is only called server side. Let's just check though. AI step, which is almost certainly going to be server side. See, yeah, it is. Oh no, it's not. It's not server side. Interesting. Okay. Well, it's not client side either, so we can't use that anyways. So it is controlled by local instance. What does this do? Alright. Travel, so it gets the travel vector. I'm trying to remember where I actually handled the movement itself, right? Where does it take in that player-controlled movement? So I don't think I can just do is space down. So is there a space? No. So I would actually have to say is, like I would have to, it would definitely have to be client side. Let's calculate entity animation do. So this is actually something I'll need to modify because currently you can kind of just go like left and right without the thing turning. So let's see, we're gonna have to create some kind of boolean. I guess just in here. And this is gonna have to be synced, I think. And I'll just put it is boosting. I'll do that. So do I have define synced data? I do not. So define synced data. Is it possible to switch an item texture using interaction results? Sure. Yeah. Basically, you would just change the NBT, and then you can use item property overrides, which I always forget their official name. Let me see if I can find it. Item properties. They're just called item properties, apparently. Not to be confused with like the ones you pass into the constructor. So you can see kind of how they work here. So you see that it just bases it off the item stack. So you could say if stack has XYZ NBT, then return something else. It's fairly simple, actually. I will link it in chat if you're curious. Hello, Hazer. I forget if that's how I'm meant to pronounce it or not, but welcome to the stream. What have I done in here? Oh, right. So I want to just say is boosting. Oh, right. I can't quite do that, so I'll just have to say it's boosting. 1.5 or 1. I think it's reasonable. Okay, let's create a method for that then. Public boolean. Oh, there we go. And I'll make a setter too, because this is going to need to be called from the client. Okay. Let's do this then. So let's go to the... Should we create a key binding for boosting actually? So that you can change it to something other than space. I also do want to fix this backpack thing, but we won't do that right now. So what I'll say is key mapping. Let's call this wheelchair boost. Yep, and then Copilot will do the rest. So we'll start with just space. Oh, I realized I actually didn't register this one, did I? Because you have to register key mapping, don't you? Yeah, so I didn't register the open gallery one, which is not very good. So this should work. Why is that saying it's not being registered? Huh, weird. It's just being janky. Classic IntelliJ, hey? So let's grab the client forge events. As you can see, I have a bunch of stuff in here, so I kind of have to sift through this a little bit, but I think I have a key mapping. This is interaction key mapping. Oh, so this is just for like swinging, that's fine. Here's where I do key bindings. So I'll say and layer dot. I think I can get the riding entity. Vehicle. So get vehicle as instance of a wheelchair, right? Now I'll just call that the wheelchair. So in theory that should work. Oh, what was that? Hello, Goofy R King. Thank you for subscribing. What a name. What a name. I always forget that I set those alerts up. So I believe this should just work. I mean... Oh, no, it won't, because this ensures that there's a screen. I wonder why. Let's not do that. And what I'll just do here is I'll say and MC.screen is instance of the, what is it, review picture screen. And then for the camera, this is the gallery one, so this doesn't need a screen. This doesn't need a screen. Should we try it? In theory, this should give it a boost if I press shift. Okay, there we go. Change to maybe some more decent music, but this might get me copyright strike, so we'll have to see. It claims to be copyright-free music, but that's never true, so we'll have to see. Okay, so let's grab it. Let's just grab one canister, because, well, actually we don't need a canister right now because this doesn't check. So Am I going faster? Yeah, that's boosting, isn't it? That's actually kind of hard to tell. I would say so. So I'm pressing space now. We're going to have to make it a bit of a higher modifier to see, I think. So what I'll just say is like 5. Oh! Right, because that doesn't... So if I set it to 5, that's constantly on, because I don't reset it once they let go of space. So what I'll say is else if not down. Thank you for the subscription, Ugly Dude 153. Welcome to the channel. I think I can just do that. Yeah, so then if I press space, we zoom faster. If I let go, we stop. See, that was nice and simple. That wasn't too bad at all. Obviously, this is way too fast, but you know, I'm falling a billion miles now. Come back, wheelchair. Oops. Oh, we're straight in an ancient city. Would you look at that? I didn't mean to do that, but here we are. You can kind of just zoom through here. Just very fast 5 times, I must say. Am I stuck? Anyways, regardless, it worked, which is good. That's what I wanted. We'll go back up. Now we just got to make it work only if there's a nitro canister, which should be fairly simple. I can just make a public boolean as nitro. Return. So I'll just get the 2 stacks. Stack 0 is get stack in slot 0. If stack 0 dot is item init dot nitro canister and stack 0 get capability, because the nitro stuff I've done is a capability, which is makes it a lot easier. And I'll map that to nitro. Get nitro, or else 0 is greater than 0. Is that right? Let's see. Get capability, nitro, map to... Oh, that's just meant to be nitro. Get nitro. Like that. And then, if not, I'll just do the same for slot 1. Or actually, this shouldn't return true. Oh no, it should. That's fine. So if I do that, then that'll just check if I have nitro, basically. And then that way, I should say, if is boosting and has nitro, then we give it 5 or 1. Can you make every block act like a falling block? That would be very hard to do, I think. Because the problem is, right, falling blocks... Oh. Interesting. Maybe you can do it. No, because tick, so unless this is a scheduled tick, it is a scheduled tick. Get delay after place 2. No, it does tick schedule ticks. So it checks is free. Okay, so when you place it, there's an initial delay of 2 ticks. And then else it just uses the animate tick? The animate tick is client side, so surely not. Oh, I see. If it's free, then it gives you the particle. So the question really, how does it... Oh, I see. Update shape. I missed that. So every time the shape is updated, it will schedule another tick. Okay. Well, you theoretically could do that for every block, but it would lag a lot. I think. I think you'll find it would lag horrifically, actually. Especially something like when water interacts with it. Because that's going to cause an update shape which would schedule a tick. Let's just check, does this work without nitro? Okay, so without nitro I can't boost. Although I can double tap space and it boosts. That's a bit weird. I wonder why it does that. I'm not sure. Just grass? Yeah, it would be a lot easier with just grass. But you would need a mix-in to do that. You would need to implement Foolable, like this does. You would need to override on place or maybe inject. Override it, yeah. And then you need to override update shape. You'd need to override tick. You would need to copy. I mean, it's definitely doable, but only if you know how mixins work. If you don't, then I maybe wouldn't recommend trying to do that. It's making footsteps, is it? I can't hear it, to be honest. Yeah, it is. Is that an easy fix? I believe there's just a step sound, right? Play step sound. Yeah. So if I just do that, then that should fix that. Then it won't play that sound. So let's figure out why double tapping space causes it to increase speed. Move. So it causes a lot of moving. Okay, this music is definitely copyrighted, isn't it? Let's go try. Let's try that. And let's turn this back down because this is loud. Oh, if I double tap W, it also sprints. So what I think I could do... I mean, is there just an is sprinting? There is. So can I just do that? I mean, how does the super of is sprinting work? Go to super method. Get shared flag free. Let's just return false, actually, because that might be better. I've actually never modded Minecraft before, so I don't know what would work and what wouldn't work. I mean, you can do anything as long as you know what you're doing, right? So, but then that's the same with most things, really. If you know what you're doing, you can probably do it. Because mix-ins are definitely going to be the way to go. You can see I've actually got a few mix-ins in here. Most recently, I did a mix-in for the nitro bar on the item, or the nitro canister. Because you can't have like a gradient. In fact, I don't think it actually worked. Right? There's no gradient there, I don't think. But the idea was that it goes red to blue. I don't think it's done that. Although, to be honest, I can't tell. I think it has, it's just the wrong way around, right? It's meant to be left to right instead of up to bottom to top. Hence it looks so weird. Oops, I didn't actually mean to close the game then. But I also have tons of other mix-ins too. So I have, for example, a local player mix-in. This doesn't work actually, so let's ignore that. I have a GUI mix-in, which is for whether or not it should render the hotbar. No, the crosshair, I mean. So it basically won't render the crosshair if you are if you don't have any arms, right? Because that wouldn't really make sense. I have player item in hand, so basically it doesn't render the hand if you don't have, you know, an arm for that hand. I have a sheet mix-in, which is just adding a material. So the backpack in this circumstance. I have a player mix-in as well. Yet this doesn't work as this comment would suggest. Inventory menu, so like you can't move stuff out of your hotbar if you don't have any hands. And then I also have this one, which is it stops you from hotbar swapping if you don't have any arms. Yes. So they're all fairly basic mixing, to be fair. Can you make mobs duplicate when they are attacked? Yeah, that would be super easy. You could just use an event for that. Like, in fact, I can show you because it's that easy, really. I don't suppose I already have a hurt event. No, I'm not sure which one you want to use. I'm not sure if you want to use hurt. I guess for that kind of thing, it wouldn't really matter. So, public static void on living hurt events, and basically you would just do no, it would actually be kind of tricky. You could say entity copy is equal event.getEntity dot type, so you get the entity type, and then if you create, so you pass in the level, and then copy set position. Well, can you actually copy position? You can copy a position. That's interesting. And you can copy like all of the different attributes, so movement, UIDs. Copilot's going to get stuck there, but and then you could basically just do events.entity.level.add fresh entity, copy, and in theory, every time an entity gets hurt, that would copy the position. We can try it, I suppose. How would you go about making a turret that can rotate 360 and shoot mobs and players? As complex as that sounds, it would also be quite easy. I mean, it would just basically be like a... You have two options, really. You can have it be a block, or you can have it be an entity. So, if it's a entity, then it would just rotate on the spot, right? If it was a block, then it would be a bit more complicated, but not really. It would just have to be a block entity. And then it would just, you know, fire a projectile at the location of the entity it wants to shoot at. I mean, obviously it's a little bit easier said than done, but... Just so I don't forget to remove that at some point in the future. What were we last testing? Oh right, the sprinting thing and the step sound is the last thing we did. So let's test those out. I also need to put my fan on. It always seems to get hotter at night. It doesn't really make sense, but... Oh god. It always feels so much... I guess just more humid, not really hotter, per se. Let's do that. Just do that. Okay. Do that as well. I mean, you can see my fan in frame, but it's not exactly obstructing anything, so I don't think it really matters. So now I shouldn't be able to... Nope, I can still double tap W, but can you hear the step sound? No, so there's... Wait. No, there's no step sound, but the sprinting didn't work. Okay. I think, unfortunately, sprinting is actually going to be quite tricky. Because I have a feeling it's handled inside of travel. I can't find it in here, though. So this is water, so we can skip all of that. If we're in lava, then we skip all of that. If we're falling or flying, we skip all of that. So else we come into here. So we got like, friction, that's fine. Levitation, that's fine. If there's no chunk, then we do that. Should it discard friction? No. So it uses F3. So what we can do is jump to F3. Now, if we're on the ground, then we just say F2 times 0.91. So F2 is just the friction of the below state. So we probably want to look at VEC35. Yeah, because that's used for the X and the Z. So let's look at VEC35. Oops. Which is going to handle the friction and calculate movement. So let's figure this out. So it moves relative to friction influence speed. So this shouldn't... oh, this does have get speed. But that shouldn't be relevant. So get friction influence speed. So if they're on the ground, then it's going to be... yeah, that just modifies that. So let's come back to wherever that was called. Here we go. And we've got move relative, just taking in the delta movement. This just handles climbing, so that's going to be for ladders, vines, and stuff. And then we have move, which takes in get delta movement. I have a feeling that's going to be where sprinting is, inside of get delta movement. And then that just slows you down. Okay, let's look at get delta movement. So that just returns delta movement, which is modified by set and add delta movement. So that's going to be a pain in the arse if we have to debug that or modify that. So hopefully we don't have to do that. Instead, I would much rather we can see move, maybe. So if there's no physics, then we do that, but there is physics. So if you're being moved by a piston, then that's handled there. If you're stuck in like a cobweb, then that's handled there. To do like full distance and stuff. Check full damage. Set delta movement. Here we go. So we got flag 2. So let's look at what flag 2 is. Flag 2 is X and VEC3X. So VEC3 is the collision. So no, that's not going to be it. That's not what we want. Probably, yeah, that's not going to be relevant. So we'll move on. Irrelevant, irrelevant. Movement emission. Here we go. Don't know what this means. Walk distance, move distance. So if move distance is greater than the next step, presumably that means you're sprinting? There's a lot of math here. Let's sound. Get delta movement multiplied by F2. So F2. What's F2? Oh, F2 is right here. Get block speed factor. Can I open this in a new tab? No. Okay. That's not relevant. Lovely. So this isn't relevant then. Okay, how do I unhighlight this? I didn't mean to highlight this. That's just fire stuff. Weird. I can't see anything with sprinting. I'm curious what the movement emission is. I don't think it's relevant though. Process flapping movement. What the hell is that for? Is that just for chickens? I suppose so. Seems kind of absurd, but... Damn, man. This is going to be a pain, just to stop it from being able to sprint. I'm thinking maybe... I mean, would it be absurd to just not call travel? I feel like travel needs to be called, otherwise that's going to kind of break stuff. What if after travel... Or... No, because sprint is going to happen in travel, right? Somewhere in here there's going to be sprinting. Is effective AI or is controlled by local instance. So it is controlled by a local instance. So actually we're going to be in this first section right here. Flag delta movement Y. So if they're falling, it does all that. I feel like we've already gone through all this though. Like, I don't think we're getting anywhere here. Oh, here you go. No, that's only if it's in water, isn't it? Damn. Damn it. Is fall flying? No. If should discard friction. Vec35.x. So what is Vec35? That's that method we just looked into. How did you set up the workspace and what did you use? I have tutorials on how you can set up a modding workspace and how you can get all that going. So and go check those out. Sprinting has to be this, I think. Oh God. Okay. So I'm just a bit curious why double tapping space causes you to sprint. You can see it in the FOV, right? And it's the same with double tapping W, except double tapping... Oh, because double tapping space is going to be for jumping, right? So I think it's actually relating to being controlled, right, by the instance. So I would assume somewhere there is going to be something to do with... Oh, here we go. Set sprinting. Let's try this. Let's try override set sprinting. And let's just not do anything. And let's override is sprinting. And let's return false. Meaning that in theory, there is no way that sprinting could ever work. So should we try that out? See if we can get that to work. And we'll also test this hurt thing we did. And then I can remove that afterwards. I hate that I have to do these null checks, I ain't gonna lie. It's one thing that is like somewhat desirable about Kotlin, that I just don't have to worry about that. Did I see your message? Yes, I did see your message. Oops. No, that doesn't work. That is weird. I can just sprint. Why? I literally have... I don't know. Let's test this hurting thing, because this should be very easy. There you go. Clones it. This is crazy. What if I do this, actually? What if I grab... let's see. What mob will go after other mobs? Like a Ravager, maybe. Wait, Ravagers go after other mobs, don't they? No? Maybe they don't. I think I'm imagining that. Okay, the Wither, for example, then. That's a Wither skeleton. I'm an idiot. You could see this could turn into chaos very, very quickly. Oh my god. Oh my god, there is so many Ravagers. Holy cow. Oh, it's lagging. There you go. I was waiting for it. I was like, where is it? I haven't allocated enough RAM for this. Oh my god. Oh my absolute goodness. Look how many there are. This looks insane. You can literally see the terrain because there's so many of them. You can see how they outline the terrain. I'm at maybe 1 FPS right now. See if I can even type this command without it. I think I can. I'm not lagging like that much. You ready? This might actually lag more doing this. We're gonna watch FPS. We're on 1 FPS. And when the server catches up, which is probably going to take a while to be fair. This is insane. Look how many there are. I've never seen this many mobs before in one place. Come on, game. Catch up. Catch up. You've got this. I have faith. Actually, stream is probably dying because of this, isn't it? I realise. Is stream dying? Nope, it's not. That's good. That's always a benefit. I know that the second the server catches up, it's just going to jump straight... Oh! The music stopped. Oh! Oh! Wait! Wait! Oh no! I know where the music stopped. Because /killing hurts them. So what I've actually just done is I've duplicated them. All of them. Look, you can even see it right there. I can't really point to it because, you know, but you can see the wither has died, but there's another wither that has spawned in place of it. Yeah, it's dead. It's dead. There's nothing coming out of this. 18,241 entities. Wow. That is a lot of entities. I wonder how many it could handle if I upped the RAM. Oh! Oh, it's back. Except, yeah, this world is like corrupted now. This is because I'm never going to be able to kill them. Oh, there you go. Not responding. We're out. Oh well. Anyways, let's remove that before I accidentally do that again, because that is chaos. I'm kind of running out of options in terms of like how I prevent sprinting here. I saw that in 1.12 mods like HBM, NTM, I don't know what NTM is, use OBJ models. Does this still work in 1.20? You could use OBJ models if you wanted, but like, why would you, right? OBJ models are going to be worse in every aspect, both performance-wise and not performance-wise. like visually, they're going to be worse too, because it just doesn't fit Minecraft, the Minecraft theme, you know. But you could still do them if you wanted, I guess. You'd have to write your own OBJ loader though, unless it's for blocks. Blocks can have OBJ models using the Forge OBJ loader. So, yeah. Make block friction 10% higher. I've already done that. I have a mod that does that, actually. Let me see if I can show you. Here you go. Go to the new CurseForge as well. Here you go, slippery mod. This mod makes all blocks have much higher friction. Or much lower friction, I should say. Although it's only updated to 1.16 because I'm too lazy to update it. And apparently it's all rights reserved. Oh yeah, because it's closed source. Yeah. Forgot about that. Because I didn't want to open source it because it uses some very hacky stuff. But you get errors on both versions? Well, I don't know that. I mean, as long as you're using the right Minecraft version, 1.16.1, 1.16, 1.15.2, or 1.15.1, then it should be fine. And, you know how you have this video is how it works, because I made this. And I also made this, but regardless, that's kind of not important. It should work. It definitely should work. But I don't know, other people might be having the same problems, because I turned off comments, because there were too many comments, so I just turned them off, so I would never know, to be fair. I'll probably update it to a newer version someday. I mean, it's literally like 2 lines of code, so I'll probably do it at some point. But right now, we need to fix this. Or actually, I don't really care about the sprinting thing. We'll do that some other time. I can do that out of stream time. Instead, what we can do is make the nitro get used up, because that should be super easy to do. So I'll just create a method that does that. We'll go public void, and we're going to call this consume nitro. So get stack in slot 0. If stack is that, then we do that. If nitro, you know what? Actually, this right here, this has nitro, can be changed to just that and that. Because there's no need to check if it's a nitro canister item, because we just do an or else 0 if it doesn't have the capability. So actually that's fine. Yeah, that's good. Are you able to show me how to make it slippery? I could, but no, I'm not going to. Because it's very hacky, and I don't think people would be very happy with me if I've shown you how to do it. Because it's like mix-ins, but worse. So I would rather not. I mean, it's fairly simple though. Like, kind of just try to think about it, right? Try and think like how do you think you would do it? For example, looking at how friction is handled currently in the game. Kind of look at what variables it sets and see how you can modify those variables. That's all I'll say. How has your experience been with GitHub Copilot so far? I mean, it's fine. It works fine. I mean, sometimes it's a bit weird, but it generally does work. I think I'm going to map this to an optional. And then I can do if present or else. So then I can say nitro. Do that. And then or else that it does stack 1 and does the same thing. If present nitro.get, but no, I don't want to map that to an optional, I just want to do that. Can you get those crazy 3D models HBM uses through Blockbench? No. Well, maybe. What does HBM use? I don't know. No, you can't get those kind of models with Blockbench. But like, you wouldn't want those kind of models with Blockbench because they look bad. You know, they just don't fit Minecraft. So it's bad. Use Do you use MCP or Forge? Yes, I use Forge. I do not use MCP because MCP is against the law. And I think that's pretty bad. Presuming we're talking about like MCP, not MCP. You know if you know. If you don't know, then you don't know, and that's probably fine. This is a mess. I'm not happy with this code, to be honest. I might just do it the other way around and just do 2 if statements. Should I just do 2 if statements? Yeah, I'm just going to do 2 if statements. So lazy optional of type nitro, optional 0, and then we'll do if it's present. Then we do that. And then we set the nitro -1. But that's not great. So what I should actually say is if that, then do that, then why does it do that? Don't do that. That's cringe. And then I'll just do the same for slots 2, which Copilot can do for me, because Copilot's good. Yes, I did read your other suggestion. Well, it wasn't a suggestion though, was it? Right? Like, can you make mobs walk away from you instead of walk towards you? Yes, you can. That would be very easy also. Well, actually, would that be easy? No, that would actually be quite tricky. You would have to remove the existing goal and add the walk away goal that the skeleton uses and the creepers use. It would be, I mean, it wouldn't be too bad, it would just be a little bit of a pain. What I wanted to do, here we go. So I'm going to say float speed is equal that. And we're going to say if is boosting and has nitro, then we modify it by 5, and then we'll say consume nitro. Else, or not else, but afterwards we just set the speed. Now with this speed here, this gets the movement speed attribute. I'm thinking maybe I can just override that. So get attribute value. And say like if it's movement speed, then it returns 0.5, else we just return the super. Because that way, sprinting will always be capped at 0.5, which in theory I think is the same speed that the walk would be. Wait, no, 0.5. I'm just trying to think. 0.5 is kind of crazy, actually. We want like 0.2. And then where I times by 5, which I'm losing it. I'm losing it. There it is. It would be better to times by like 1.15 or something. Should we try that? Let's give it a go. Come on, game. Oh, I wanted to check this actually. Where is it? It says completely ignored arguments. Mix in debug output true. I don't know why it's ignored that. Is that in my build.gradle or did I manually add that to the run? Maybe I removed the D. Let's do that. And whilst that's building, we'll load. Oh no, I can't load into this world. Oh no. Maybe it didn't save? It didn't save. Let's go. This is good news. This is good news. Good thing. Because if that had saved, we would have had problems. Okay, anyways. So I can double tap W. And I think that goes the same speed. I think it's just the FOV which makes it look like it's going faster. I'm not sure actually. don't think space is working. Oh, that's because it doesn't have a nitro canister. That would make sense. Let's add a tooltip to the nitro canisters, because I don't know how much is in there currently, which makes it quite tricky to do that. So, trying to think what the tooltip method is. Information, add information, I think it is. Or is that the old name? Maybe it is just tooltip nowadays. It is just, no it's not. Hover. Append hover text, that's it. What a weird name. I guess that's what it does, but it's just a weird name. So if it does that, then it just does that. Sure, this should be translatable, but I guess I should add it to translatable. Are you able to make blocks on your left hand placeable by holding control? Probably. I mean, you're asking if all of these things are possible, right? The answer is always going to be yes. So, like, anything is possible. Like, are you able to do something? The answer is yes. It's just a matter of how hard is it going to be. And the answer is probably going to be quite hard. Especially if you're brand new. Modifying any vanilla mechanics if you're brand new is very hard. So you'll want to do other stuff first, and then slowly kind of move on once you understand the Minecraft library. So 1%. Well, that's not right. Let's do times 100. Or yeah. There you go. So 100%. Now, let's put this back in here. That hasn't done anything, which is interesting. Let's close this, we don't need that. Let's close that, we don't need that. So consume nitro, let's see what we do. We get the stack in slot 0. We get the capability of that stack. If the capability is present, then we get the nitro. If the nitro value is less than or equal to 0, we just return. No, we don't want to return though. Because if we return, then that's not great. So we just want to do that, and then we continue. We say if it's greater than 0, then we set the nitro. Now, I'm not sure if I need to like cause an update or something, right? I don't know if I need to do like stack.update or something like that. I'm not sure. Like, I genuinely don't know, because I'm not familiar with capabilities on item stacks. Let's just kind of see, actually. Item stack. So I'll go to the first one. So it's available for block NCs, item stacks. Yeah, that's fine. Capabilities, sure. Here we go. No, that's not relevant. So the docs do not say, as honestly should have been expected, because as we all know, the docs are useless. Actually, I can try the official docs. Which might actually be better. Let's see, so networking, core concepts, no. Capabilities, here we go. Oh, you know what I should be using? I should be using auto register capability rather than manually registering my capabilities. But oh well, that's a very minor thing. Synchronizing data with clients. Here we go. By default, the capability data is not sent to clients. In order to change this, mods have to manage their own synchronization code using packets. Sure. Refer to the networking page. But is this a synchronization issue? Not really. I just want to mark it as dirty, I guess. I don't know. Let's see, actually, if I do set tag, what does set tag do? Get item.verify after load. But that doesn't do anything, so that's not helpful. I'm gonna have to ask in a Discord server, probably. Although not right now because it's busy. So we can ignore this for now then. Unless actually, you guys can come surf GitHub with me. So this is what I do when I'm stuck with something and I can't ask on Discord for whatever reason. I will go to GitHub. Here we go. And I'll search for something, right? So I'll say, for example, so in this case, I want to be able to update the stack, right? So what I would do, let's see, stack.get capability. This is actually going to be quite hard to find, but I want to find something with item stacks and something with capabilities. So I think if I just search for item stack and get capability, if I'm lucky, we should be able to find. So this is for tile entities. I'm thinking, can I sort by date? No, unfortunately not. I thought you could, but apparently you can't. So I'll just have to filter through these then. So this is project E, but that's going to be hard to read. Okay, we've got an entity here. This might be helpful. So we need to find where they set anything in the capability. No, that's not going to help. Item XP bucket? Any capabilities? Does this actually do anything? I don't think so. Okay, this is not very successful. I think we need to find something that doesn't have... Oh, here we go. No, that's just for saving random data. It's not for saving the fluid data. Because I have a feeling fluid data just kind of does that already. Rune item. Rune color. So this is quark. So this has a capability, right? So let's just see. So set there. So let's look in maybe this here. So that just returns that. So that's for like actually attaching the capability. Color module. So that gets the capability here. So let's just see where is that used in here. And that just takes in an eye capability provider. So not that, not that, not that. Get proxied, here we go. So this allows you to get the rune color. Now we do change color here. So let's see what this does. Get stack color. Target. Target, no, do that. If it's presence, then it does that. But this doesn't change it. What are you on about? Get rune color. We're looking at rune color provider. Probably. That doesn't do anything. Okay, I think quark is a lost cause. So we'll try move on. So we've got potion. Got to find something with a custom capability, ideally, and something where it sets the capability. That's what's going to make it complicated. It's got to set it to something. Try Terra Firma Craft. This is horrendously unlikely, but... Okay, this is a custom capability, but I think it's actually just a fluid handler in disguise. Fluid and heat. Fluid tank and heat. In which case, I don't think that's helpful. See, they call save. Here you go. And that just writes it to the MBT, though. So surely if you're just writing it to the MBT, then what's the point in using a capability? This doesn't really make sense to me. I'm struggling to understand. Here we go, immersive again. I don't think shaders you can set shaders, right? So that's not helpful. There's only 5 pages, so they should, if one exists, it should be somewhat easy to find it. Hour back. Oh, Minecraft by example. I completely forgot about Minecraft by example. It's actually one of the best places to get stuff. So let's go. Did they have 119? I don't think so. What's the latest? 2 years ago. Sheesh. Well, let's see. What's version? 116.4. That should be dealable, actually. Hello, expert. Welcome to the stream. What am I working on? I am currently working on a wheelchair, to put it simple. It's not quite that simple. It sounds worse than it is. Basically, right, you have your wheelchair, and you have nitro boost, and you can put in nitro boost, and you can boost around with it, but you can't boost around with it, which is what I'm trying to figure out right now, why you can't. This example uses 2 different capabilities, each of which are attached to item stacks, and entities. Gameplay mechanic is, there are 2 projectile weapons. When the player shoots an entity with one of the bows, the entity takes damage but becomes tagged. Okay. Sure. An entity tagged with blah blah. Okay, but how does that have an item stack capability? I'm struggling to see the item stack part. We define an entity there. Interface there. That is great to hear that you you like it. I've spent way too long on this stupid little wheelchair, I tell you. Just adding these nitro canisters on the back to like pop in dynamically when I do that was a pain in the ass. it was and I can zoom around. Zoom in, off we go. Am I going faster? Wait. I actually can't tell. I feel like I might be going faster when I'm pressing space here. But that wasn't the issue, actually, was it? That wasn't the issue. The issue was that the nitro is not going down. Right, I forgot about that. Okay, let's just look at the code, because this is going to be too hard to figure out otherwise. So there's a lot here. Let's look at the bow. Ah, so it has levels. Okay. So, oh no, that's for the entity, that's not helpful. Need something that has... They mentioned there was an item capability, but I'm not seeing an item capability. Let's look at the files and see if there's an item capability. So there's capability provider. So these are the 3 providers. There's air items. So this class provides that an air item stack can possess. Used for the item elemental crossbow air. Okay, so let's look at item elemental crossbow air, which is a wacky name. No, because this modifies the arrow. I'm very disappointed in this. I'll tell you, I am very, very disappointed. Set charge, so... Oh, that does on the item, though. Set charge on the held item. So what's set charged? Set charged. That just modifies the MBT. I don't know. I don't know, man. Honestly. I'm a little bit lost here. I've asked in the wonderful Discord of modded Minecraft, and hopefully someone smart will come back to me and respond. In the meantime, what can we do in the meantime? Because that could be a while. Okay, did we fix sprinting? We don't know because of the FOV. Like, the FOV makes it impossible to tell if you're actually going any faster or not. Does F3 have a way to tell your speed? It does, doesn't it? I don't know. I don't know how F3 works, but is something here velocity? Oh, there is a you're right, actually. Dynamic FOV. No, wasn't that 1.20 though that added that? Oh no, FOV of X. Yeah, I feel like it actually makes it harder to tell if I'm actually going fast or not. So, okay. This is me moving normally. Okay, and this is me sprinting. I don't know. I can't tell, honestly. Moving normally, sprinting. Moving normally. Wait, no. Okay, moving normally, sprinting. Moving normally, sprinting. Moving normally, sprinting. I think it's the same, yeah. But it's like, how do I tell? I could have sworn there was a way that you could see your velocity in this F3 menu somewhere, but I just don't know where. I'm kind of looking at all of the values and seeing if anything's like changing that much. No, I don't think anything is changing, so unfortunately I guess you can't see velocity. Okay, what about boost, right? So I'm holding W, now I'm going to press space. Shift F3. Isn't that just the pie chart? Okay, I don't think that shows velocity. I can also Alt F3, right? How do you Alt F3 Alt? Maybe F3 Alt isn't a thing. I thought you could though. I don't know. Anyways, I think it's the same. I must say, I don't think boosting is working. Right? I'm like pressing space, and I don't think it's making me go faster. Which is interesting because that worked before. So let me look at this again. So consume nitro. I think it maybe is actually this multiplier here. Probably doesn't do anything. So I'll times it by 5. And that should visibly show us if we're boosting. It should be very clear. Because it will be a dramatic speed multiplier. I tried the Slippery mod 1.16.1 and it crashed exit code. Okay, exit code is not helpful. I don't know. Without like reading the crash log, I would there's no way to know. If you have something like Optifine installed, then that's why, because it won't work with Optifine. Okay, well that works. That definitely works. Wait. Wait. I'm holding space, right? I'm not letting go of space. No, I'm going to get back in. Try this again. I'm going to hold space. Here we go. I'm holding space. I'm not letting go. I stopped. I've stopped boosting. I wonder if that means it's out of nitro. It could be. It could be out of nitro. In which case, that's very interesting. So if I open the GUI, you can see the nitro is full, and I can boost again. And now I can't boost. That suggests to me that it is consuming nitro, but maybe only server side or something. And then when I reopen the GUI, it syncs it. So, like if I have 2 canisters in there, let's see if I can go for longer whilst boosting. Yeah, see, I can go way longer if I have 2 in there. So I'd quite like a reply in Discord, but this is probably going to be a while, if ever, until I get a reply on that. I think in the meantime, I want to add the thing where it shoots you off if you're holding nitro. Where you have a very small chance of going flying. I think that would be very cool. So I'm going to say broadcast entity event. This byte 7. What does that do? Does anyone know what that does? Broadcast entity event. Go to implementation. Copilot might have got it here. Here you go. So broadcast and send client bound entity packets. So event ID. List of event ID. So handle here. So handle entity event. Let's go to implementations. Packets. Packet event ID. Entity handle event ID. Case 53. So that's the client. Wasn't there a server implementation that I missed? Go to implementations. This is a client-bound packet, though. I think Copilot's just going insane, because I don't think that's actually going to do anything. I wonder what happens if I say update client. No. Send update. Come on, Copilot. I believe in you. It's not inventory.set changed. I don't think that's a thing. Yeah, that's not a thing. And there's no like changed or marked dirty or anything like that. Does it have any better suggestions? Maybe I do just need to set the stack in the slot. Actually. Like, that might actually be it. Now that I think about it. That does kind of make sense, doesn't it? Right, so, like if I boost... No. Because I think the problem is modifying the capability doesn't modify the item stack. So I've got to update the item stack. Come on, Copilot. No completions. Wow. I don't believe it. I tell you what, I am shocked. That just wants to set the stack in the slot. I suppose it's getting it off GitHub, right? So it can only do as much as GitHub seems to have. Also, I will be right back. I've got to close my window. Right. I'm back. Let's turn this down. Let's bring the music back up a little bit because it's quite quiet. There we go. After this, will you make a 1.20.1 version of the Slippery mod? Probably. Maybe. Someone will probably have to remind me though. So, anyone here that's in my Discord server, or if you want to join my Discord server, it would probably help if someone reminds me after the stream, because otherwise I will probably forget. Okay, well, I've got a response from the Discord saying I should use a custom packets. Which okay, let me just respond real quick to this. Right. So they're basically saying that I should just store it directly in the Stacks MBT. But isn't that like the whole point of using capabilities is that it's not in the Stacks MBT, right? So I'm kind of struggling to understand that. Because if I was to do that, I mean, that would be really simple if I did that. And to be honest, the capability isn't necessarily necessary here anyways. But it's like, if I was to do stack 1, I could actually just get the tag. Right, get a create tag element. .mod ID .put nitro. Apparently I am using capabilities wrong. So that's always nice to know, that all of this work on capabilities here is a bit useless. So let's get rid of them then. Let's delete... I don't want to delete Nitro necessarily, because I think I can use this. But Nitro capability and provider, those can go. So let's delete that. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to say stack 0, and I'm going to have to get the tag. So we're going to say compound tag. Now, if tag contains nitro, and we're just going to say tag dot, it's going to be an int. If it contains nitro and tag.get0 is greater than get nitro is greater than 0, then we're going to return true. And then basically it's going to be the exact same thing for slot 1. Yeah, I already said why it's well, it's not really a secret. It's just I would rather people don't see it, because the problem is it uses things that you shouldn't really be doing. And because it's only kind of like a joke mod anyways, you know, I don't want to be spreading bad practices like whenever possible, you know. So I think it's better to just not show it, to be honest. Okay, this is actually a lot easier to do it like this, I must admit. Now, do I need this actually? I really don't need this actually. Let's just delete this completely. Bye bye. I'm gonna have to make sure I remove that from here, where I register it, which is there. And then also removing it from the item class here. So whilst I'm at it, I might as well do translation here too. So p tooltip components dot add. Let's add component dot translatable tooltip dot plus my mod ID plus nitro canister. Sure. And we'll say colon %s. Is that how translation tooltips work? I always forget. This is actually not quite how I wanted it. So let's do mbt dot get. It's not going to be a float though, it's an int. But I want to say if it contains the int first. So if it contains nitro with a tag of int, then we say get nitro. Else we just say 0. And we don't need init capabilities anymore. Is this how you do components? I'm forgetting, honestly. Let's go find usages and we can see. As you can see, there's a crap ton of usages. 1,300 specifically. So we'll try and find a good example. What's going to be a good example for this? Beta 2. Just kind of go through some of these, I suppose. I don't think the forge stuff is necessarily can be helpful. Plus die color dot name, description. No, not that. Definitely not that. Oh, you just append. So I can just append colon. And then the nitro, right? So I'm actually going to make a method to do this. Public static int get nitro. Gets that, gets the tag, and then that's much easier to just say get nitro on the stack. Over the max nitro, which is going to be 100 over max nitro. Let's actually just say if not mbt.contains, then I'm going to put nitro to 100 or to max nitro. And that way I don't have to do this ternary operation there, because then I can just get int like that, which is way easier. And MBT, so that's not used anymore, so that can go bye-bye. And then in here I can just say append plus get nitro p stack. Now I'm actually going to get it as a %get public static float get nitro %, like that. And I say get nitro % of stack times 100%, like that. And then if I just new line this, then it'll be easier to read. So that should be good. Let's do here get nitro % of stack. These are obviously static, so I can access those elsewhere, which is lovely. Now let's see here. So we can say if so what I'll do is I'll say if it contains nitro and the nitro canister item dot get nitro of stack is greater than 0, and just do the same here but using stack 1. And I still need this tag here, but that's fine. So here I can say nitro canister item get nitro. And there we go. So that should work. That should get the nitro. If the nitro is greater than 0, it decrements the nitro, puts it in the tag, updates the slot in the inventory. And let me just see. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. And that should be it. Let's just check I'm not doing anything janky elsewhere, to be fair, because I could be. Now that I think of it, it has nitro. So what I don't need is this. don't need that. And I don't... Oh, but I kind of do need that, actually, to update it. I just don't need that. So that's okay. It's at least a little bit cleaner. I can just do that. And to be honest, I'm going to do that and that. That, and I'm just going to reuse that variable there and that variable here. That makes it a little bit easier to deal with as well. Okay, let's go ahead and test it. And if we're lucky, that might work. Okay, here we go. So let's have a look first of all. Let's go ahead and do that tooltip so that we can read this. We're going to delang. Let's say tooltip.dirty is syncing dot nitro canister. And I'm just going to say nitro. I think is what we want. Yep, that should be good. And we have to build, which takes a hot minute, but that's really kind of the only way. It's probably more effort to put it in the build folder, so. I'm ready to press F3 and T. 3, 2, 1, and no. Okay, my timing was off a little bit there. This is taking a while. Why is it not building? It's only got a simple language entry to change. There you go. Okay. Should probably be. Let's go back to nitro canister item again. Just add a little bit of space there. Oh, no, not there. There. There we go. So 100%. Right, they're both at 100%. So we're going to boost a little bit. Oh, come on. Weird. Why? Just gonna keep sprinting. Okay, we're completely out of nitro. And it still shows 100%. See, that's weird. That's very, very weird. So it has nitro is obviously working. Now it's consume nitro that's got to be causing the issues. Set stack and slot. So I think I have to send a packet then. Oh, because... no, that doesn't make sense, because this would do that. There's no way to, like, update a tag or anything. Unless I can, like, put, or, like, stack dots. Tag. So, like, you can do set tag, and you can do add tag element. What does add tag element do? Does that? I see. So that gets or creates a tag, just a general tag, which isn't really helpful. I think what I'm going to have to do then is we're going to have to make a packet and basically send that to presumably the client and just update it that way. Because, yeah, for whatever reason, you'd think that setting the stack in the slot would cause like some update, but it doesn't appear to be, which is very strange to me. So let's go networking. Let's go client bound. Let's create a new C sync nitro packet. And I don't think I have any packet abstraction in here. Let's get rid of that too, because that's not meant to be there. I'm just going to copy this. Just most of it can stay. So the main difference is this is just going to be an int nitro. And I'll do this.nitro buffer.read int nitro. This.nitro is equal nitro, and then encode should be fairly simple. Now I don't know if I need to oh, so I need to first find out apparently what side this is happening on, which I didn't even really consider. It's just sout level dot is client side. Oh. Is controlled by local instance. What does that do? Oh. Oh, this all makes sense now. Why didn't I even think about this? I didn't even consider it, because I thought obviously AI was server side, but this if check checks if it's controlled by a local instance, so we're checking if it's local. I literally didn't even consider this. So actually, when I'm syncing, I do still need this packet then. All I need to change is that this should actually be, it should be received on the server. S-Sync Nitro. Like that, and also like that. But the problem is, though, I don't want to be sending over a Nitro value that the server can just accept. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to send a packet to the server telling it that Nitro has been used up, and then the server will have to modify the Nitro and then send a packet back to the client that updates the Nitro on the client. So instead of doing consume Nitro here, I'm going to send this packet to the server. So I'm going to say packets handler instance send to server new S-Sync Nitro packet, and this isn't going to take in anything. Actually, no, it's going to have to take in something, isn't it? It's going to have to take in the entity, probably. So private final int entity ID, and it's also going to have to say private final int Nitro slot, or no, not Nitro slot, just the entity ID. So I'll do that, and then I can do here this entity ID is equal that. I have to write in this entity ID. I'm going to have to get the entity here, so I'm going to have to first get the level. So level. Now, if let's actually get the player first. So server player sender. If sender is equal null, we return level. If level is null, we return. Is that possible? That's saying that's not possible. So then we'll get the entity then. So entity, it's level but get entity. This doesn't need to be static, by the way. There we go. and then we'll say if entity is instance of wheelchair, then we'll say wheelchair consume nitro. And what that should do is that should handle this logic for consuming the nitro. And in actuality, that should really cause the speed boost rather than the client being able to do a speed boost. Right, because currently the client kind of has control of that, but then again, the client just kind of has control of all the movement here anyways, because I guess they're controlling it. So that does, it makes sense, just a little bit odd, but I think it's fine realistically. Let's just register the packet. So close that, let's close that, let's close that, let's go packet handler, let's go instance.message builder, nitropacket.class, index plus plus, network.redirection.play to server, encoder, add, that's fine. Let's just do that, make it a bit cleaner. That's a consumer on the main thread, that's fine. Let's just kind of sort these out a little bit. Okay, I'll be right back real quick. Oh, you're right, I did mute it. Oops. Thank you for letting me know, because I wouldn't have noticed. I was complaining about a little moth that was flying around me. That's all. So you didn't really miss anything. That's all. So yes, hello everyone. Welcome back. Well, yeah. Anyways, I'm getting a bit confused for some reason. Hello AG6. Welcome to the stream. What was I doing? Last thing I was doing, did I need to run the game? Just trying to think. I sent a packet. Yes, I can run the game. And we can test it out. And hopefully, Nitro should actually work this time. Finally. We are currently working on the wheelchair. I'm going to turn my light down because I look quite overexposed, don't I? Do you think I look overexposed? Yeah, if I do that, I look grey. That's no good. Might be better with like a warmer colour. Whoa! It's very orange. But that might be better. What do you guys think? I think that's overexposed if I do that. I think that's okay, actually. Honestly, as long as I'm a little bit closer. So I'll get closer to you guys. There we go. I think that's okay. Maybe a little bit too overexposed still, but if I do that, then it goes too dark, so we'll do that. When do I think the stream will end? I don't know. I plan to go... Well, I originally planned to go until 11. It's currently 9:30. But whether or not that's going to happen, we'll see. Yes! Let's go! Let's go! GG. Oops. Works. This is good. Oh no, I fell down a hole again. Yep, now they're both empty, so now I shouldn't be able to use Nitro. Yeah, so now I can't use the Nitro boost. So there you go. I need to add the entity pick thing so that I can get the wheelchair back if I try and block it. Oh, also look at this. Look, I found this out yesterday. I don't know if this is a vanilla bug or what, right? But if I grab a flint and steel, right, and I try to block the fire, it says in chat, fire gave a null item. I don't know if that's a bug or something, but I feel like it shouldn't say that. You know? But anyways, it's a silly little thing. So yeah, that works now, actually. That's great. I'm very happy about that. So let's try and make it fling you off then, if you use Nitro Boost. Right? So, idea being, you know, I can boost and, oh, I went flying off and I land over here. On a very low chance is the idea, right? So, let's make a method. Let's go public. We'll go public. We'll go public. No, we'll go private. Void. Fling. No, we'll call it boost. Fling. And we'll pass in the... do we need to pass in the entity? No, because we can just get the entity. So we can say entity is that entity. We're going to dismount the entity. So how do we dismount? I'm trying to remember. I think I've done it somewhere. I thought I did it somewhere. I thought I dismounted. I'm actually not sure. How do you dismount? Oh, you start riding. No. Okay. Oh no, that says you can't do that. Can you do that? Or maybe it's just entity stop riding? There you go. Okay. So then we're going to do entity.set delta movement, or I want to add like a force, but I suppose set delta movement would be the way. Add, no, Y, I'm just going to add like 20 on the Y. And I also want to add like a forward force. So like look direction or something. Entity.get look angle.multiply. Yeah. Sure. Let's try that. So I'm just going to make this happen like every single time you boost. I think would be reasonable. Just for testing, of course. You must be a very experienced modder. I mean, I would like to think so. I have been doing it for almost 7 years, something. So I would like to think I'm at least somewhat experienced. I'm not by any means the most experienced modder. I mean, obviously. I actually don't think this is going to work, this flinging, because it's client side, right? So maybe I'll have to send a packet to the server that flings them. But we'll see if this works in single player first. It does! Okay. Actually, I think this will work because the controlling passenger, what the fuck, is the client passenger, right? Is the client, I mean. What is happening? What is happening? Chat moment? Okay. Stop riding. Remove vehicle. Entity remove passenger. My guess is because I'm dismounting it client side. So I think I'm going to have to do this server side anyways. I think it's irrelevant. So that's what I'll do. I'll just call this in the packet, right? So the sync nitro packet. And I'll just say in here, if wheelchair dot random dot next, we'll say next int, and we'll just give it we'll say 100 is equal 0. Then we're going to say set on fire. What? Okay. No, not quite. We'll say boost fling. So we'll remove that from here. Now I'm wondering if we can hot swap that. No, did I change something? Oh, I made it public, didn't I? Damn it. But I think this will work, maybe? Oh, hello, Cuba Grotowski. I probably butchered that name, but welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. It scares me every single time someone does that, because it's very unexpected. Yeah, I thought I probably butchered it. I'm awful with names. Actually, I'm just awful with saying things. I butcher like most words that I try and say. But it's fine. It is what it is. Okay, let's try this. It kind of worked. It kind of dismounts me and then stops. I'm wondering if that's like a kind of anti-cheat thing that's going on there. I reckon it probably is. Even though the server's doing it, right? It's just dismounting me because it's saying I moved wrongly. Maybe let's just like multiply these factors a lot more. So like multiplying to like 100 or something. Let's do that so we can read it a little bit better too. I wonder if because I'm getting the controlling passenger, I'm not sure. Let's just boost fling. We do stop riding. What if I just removed the passenger? Actually, that might be better. And then set the delta movement. Come on. Why is it not dismounting me? Okay, let's make the chance a bit higher then. Let's say a chance of 5. Right, so a 1 in 5 chance, which basically means it will happen instantly. No, now it just doesn't happen. Game. So, not that then. Weird. It kind of only worked client side, right? Which is very strange. You'd think that like setting movement on an entity on the server would work. Oh. I need to use push. Yes, top tip and new tip are for donations, I believe. Let's do this. So let's do Beck3 force. So this is kind of like the force we want to add. What IDE is this? This is, yes, this is IntelliJ. IntelliJ Ultimate specifically, but that's not really relevant. Huh. Why doesn't this work? This is very strange. Let's do find usages of push. Let's just see, like, where vanilla uses push. This vehicle is pushable. Description push. Knockback entity.push. Here you go. Oh, because I'm pushing by the delta movement, right? So what I actually want is just this as the push angle. The chat on stream updates, like, there's a bit of a delay on it. It doesn't update instantly. Entity.get look angle, and then that multiplies by, it should multiply by a factor of 100. Maybe 100 is just too much. Like, maybe the server's just like, no, we can't do that. It's possible it could be any minute. I don't know. It's not something I have control over. So. And maybe you can change the refresh rate. Let's see, actually. Settings. Chat delay. It says the chat delay is set to 0. So, I mean, it shouldn't be delayed, according to that. So, I don't know. It's probably because there aren't enough messages for it to, like, work constantly. Okay, so push obviously isn't working. Let's try this. Let's just print the force. And see kind of what force it's being given. Okay. That's not very high, is it? So maybe like a force of like 1,000. So that's a big force, but like nothing happens. No, nothing happens. I mean, the server got a little bit overloaded, but I think it's because it's got doing that negative thing. So maybe if I absolute them all, or really just absolute the Y. So math.abs. Let's do force dot y is equal math dot abs force dot y. Can I do that? Sure, let's see what that does. So we'll print that. No, it just doesn't do anything, does it? This is weird. Do any of you guys have an idea of why? There might be something that I'm overthinking. In terms of like what needs to go on here. Let me try this actually. Let's do entity dot push 0 1000 0, right? So that should give them a massive upward force, and then we're going to push them by that force, which will abs the y still. Although I'm going to comment that out first, because I just want to see if this pushes them up in the air or not. It does not. It's just an idea. Can you apply velocity to? I mean, that's what push should do, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, it adds to the current velocity of the entity. Which is why I think it's a bit weird. I mean, there's like I think there's an X, like there's just a motion variable or something. Y O is position, I'm pretty sure. Entity, apparently I have to do hurt marked is equal true. I don't know what that does, but oh! Well, there you go then. You just gotta do entity.hurt marks to true. Who knew? So let's try this then. Whoa! Look at that. That's ridiculous. Oh dear, that is ridiculous. So let's just do that. Completely remove the upwards velocity, and let's just see if this will launch me forward or not. Right, so it does. Now, is that too high? Yes, I think it probably is. So what we'll do is we'll say maybe 10 and like 100. Okay, now where's our wheelchair gone? There it is. Yeah, that's more reasonable, I think. I mean, it's still kind of far, but that's okay. So now what we have to do is we just have to say 100. And let's also check. See, I can boost, though, with there not being any nitro. Is that what's happening? Because I think... Yeah, you see what this should do is in consume nitro. It should actually happen here. Right? So only when the nitro is consumed. But it'll say next int 100, it will do the boost flame like that. Let's hot swap this. Let's hot swap this. So now that doesn't boost because I have no nitro. If I just grab some nitro canisters. Oh, that kind of launched me a bit weird. Oh, in the water. Let's get out of the water. Okay, so I'm going to plonk myself up here. I'm going to put these in. Oh, I already still had the other ones left over. So, we're going to boost. Hopefully it's going to send me flying. Come on. Yeah, there you go. Come on, do it again. Do it again! I guess with a 100, 1 in 100 chance, it's quite low that it's going to happen. Like, very low, apparently. I am horrifically unlucky here. What's happened with that tree, by the way? Bro's just got no leaves? There's just a tree with no leaves. How has that happened? What? What has happened here? All the other trees, I believe. Oh, look. It's a bit weird too. I must be on like a chunk boundary here or something. Like a generation boundary. It's pretty weird. Anyways, that works, which is cool. That's cool. That's all I wanted, really. To get that to work. So that's good to see that finally works. If you could make a command that spawns mob like summon, but you can input a number, which will be the amount of mobs that spawn. I could, but I'm not going to. Because that just I mean, I get that this is like a kitchen sink mod, but like that's not very exciting, you know, because it's like too easy. Like something like this wheelchair, for example, it's been a bit of a challenge, right? It's taken us, like, let's see, how long have we been streaming for thus far? 3 hours, right? Plus I've probably worked on it maybe 6, 7 hours, maybe longer, off stream. So, you know, 10 hours maybe it's taken me to make a wheelchair, which is a bit exciting. Whereas that command you're speaking of would take 5 minutes. Literally 5 minutes. So like, it's just not, it's not very fun, is it? And I much prefer doing goofy stuff like this. Right? Like a wheelchair. And fire highs. And, you know, nitro canisters and stuff. Whereas commands are like, oh, it's a command. And also something like that, right? You would just use like a command block. You know, like a chain command block or a repeating or something. Well, why would you want to see? I mean, if you want to see how it works, then you can make it. You don't need me to make it. Anyways, moving on. Let's make it so I kind of want like particles under the wheels when you're boosting on nitro. So I want to try and do that, but I feel like that might be quite complicated. So let's see. I think it's just going to be like positioning of the particle is going to be a bit of a pain, but we'll see. So okay, so I kind of want to like end the stream at 11 at the very latest. So if we can get the particles done by then, that would be very cool. Very cool and nice. So let's try and do that. We're going to try and push for getting that working. And this might mean adding a custom particle if necessary. So we'll give it a go. So what we're going to want to start with is probably in this packet, in the same packet actually. So like same place when we consume the nitro. Yeah, that's kind of when we want to do it. So we're going to say spawn particles. Spawn, no, let's do spawn nitro particles. Like that. We'll do that there too. Okay, and we'll make that method. So private void spawn nitro particles. You are making real turbo wheelchair? Yep, full on with nitro. That's what it needs to be. That's the way to go. Okay, you guys are gonna have to like bear with me here for a second because particles are definitely not my strong suit. So, okay, we're going to have to do level is instance of, I think you have to make it a server level. Although, could we do this client side? I'm just thinking like in terms of like, do these particles need to be synced to the server? Not really. But then again, how would you get other clients to tell if the wheelchair has nitro. That would be kind of complicated. So I think we'll just do server particles anyways. And we'll just say server level. I think there is send particles. Yes. And we'll try particle types. What should we try as like a start? Let's try flames, right? And we'll just try this with the kind of default stuff there. Nothing too special. Just send our particles, so particle count of 1. Y offset, fine. Speed, fine. I do have to mess around with these afterwards, but I mean, that's as expected, really. I don't know why I full screen that. We don't want it full screen. I need to set the run args to not have it constantly be that small size though. Something more like this size would be much more reasonable. Okay, where's the wheelchair gone? How do wheelchairs just disappear? How is that possible? Oops. I also need to make it so when I'm on the wheelchair I can press E and it opens the inventory of the wheelchair rather than the player inventory, but oh, look at that. I mean, that's kind of that's kind of already fine. Honestly, like that's kind of what I wanted. Except they've stopped spawning now. What did I just change? All of a sudden they've just stopped spawning? Oh, nitro is out. Why am I able to boost then? That's weird. I think I need to cause an update. Somewhere here. Here. Let's do this dot hurt thing. What is it? Hurt marked is equal true. When will this mod be released to public? Do you really want it released to public? You want to wear thigh highs, do you? I mean, maybe you want to wear thigh highs. I don't know about you, but I don't know. We'll see. Like, if I'm gonna release it to public, I would probably just model and texture and get like all of this stuff working first. Which shouldn't be too bad. I mean, I'm kind of doing that already, right? I'm just going through and like polishing the stuff. No, these are quite high. I would say these are thigh highs. Look, if your waist is here, right? This is your waist. Then that's like only 3 pixels from the waist. Which I would consider thigh highs. Knees would be like here. Because thigh highs don't go that much higher than the knee, right? Oh, I got I got launched off. Come back. Oh, Oh, that's not good. What? Wait, what is happening? Something odd is going on here, I must admit. But regardless, it kind of works anyways. I would like to change the color of them though. And I don't think you can have colored particles, can you? Oh, unless I just do Soulfire Flame. Honestly, like... Because I kind of want it to just be a blue flame rather than an orange flame. Oops, not what I meant to do. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I was looking for. It's a bit weird. Oh, got launched again. It's a bit weird that they're a bit delayed, aren't they? Right, like they're not spawning at the wheels, they're spawning quite far behind, and I'm wondering if that's because it's spawning them server side rather than client side. Like, what is this? Right, like I'm boosting right now. Like, what? It's not hurt marked. Oh, because I'm not marking its hurt there. I think that's why. Let's try this again. The pain and suffering of... Okay, now that makes even less sense. I need to turn my fan back on also. So now when you boost, it actually slows you down. Which has got to be something to do with this. That's the only kind of logic I can fathom from that. Maybe just like putting it at the end. And removing that, right? So that means that it's always going to happen at the end. Oh, got flung again. I need to turn the flinging down. I think it's a bit high. Right, so I can boost. All is fine. All is good. When it gets to the second one, it kind of just stops working. I don't know why. Yeah, it is to do with the hurt marked, isn't it? Because here it just returns. Which is weird. I think I need to do the movement on the server then. Which I don't really want to do, but I guess I have to. let's try this. So it sets speed, right? What does this do? Sets the speed. Just like actually sets the speed. Okay. Well, if I remove that and put this inside of here, consume nitro, right? So I can get the speed there. Now, if it has nitro or whatever, then that speed is going to be multiplied. I'm actually going to do else here for this stuff. Okay. So if that, else that. And then I'm going to do this. And then I set the speed to the speed. And then mark it as hertz. Right, and then try that. Let's just get rid of these canisters. No, marking it as hurt really messes it up, doesn't it? Oh, so if I say else set boosting to false, and then say, no, I don't want to set boosting to false, but I want to say this dot hurt mark is true. Meaning if they're both empty, then it marks it as a hurt. Well, kind of. I mean, that kind of worked. I need to turn that down because that's going to start to annoy me. No, so that's not working. Doing it like that. Let's undo all of this. All the way back to speed being handled in here. Like that. Let's just try spawning the particles client side. Right, so get rid of that. Just say this dot level dot add particle, and get rid of that. Get rid of that. So we've got the X, Y, and then the speed. Like that. So that adds the particle. Now, what I will do with this is, instead of pulling in here and in here, I will first of all do that. I thought I already changed, but clearly I didn't. And I will put it in here. Not quite. Let's remove that. I suppose if boosting and has nitro, then it should just do that. There you go, that's kind of more what I wanted. And now that spawns it in the right positions as well. Which is good. Or at least it kind of spawns it more like as a trail, right? So obviously there is still a problem with like sideward moving, but there's nothing you can do about that. Now I don't know why, because you shouldn't be able to boost if you don't have any delta movement, so that's kind of an important thing. And get delta movement. Now, is there a method to like sum up the delta movement? Delta movement.x. I don't think that's going to work, if I'm being honest. But that does work, actually. I mean, it's not perfect, but it does kind of do what I want it to do. Whilst I'm at it, I'm going to add a little bit of like random velocity here. So I'm just going to say random.next double, and random.next double, and random.next double. We'll just add a little bit of diversity. Oh, right, that's not quite going to work because it needs to be 0.5 negative. Is that right? I think so. It's just maybe doing... Oh, this already adds a random next double. What I kind of wanted was more so that. That's not quite right either. It's like almost there, but it's not quite there, adding 0.5. Because it's adding 0.5 to the block position rather than adding it to the like middle of the entity. When you're done this, will you end the stream? I'm very concerned for for why you're so curious about when I'm gonna end the stream. Like, bro, if you wanna stop watching, then you can just stop watching. No one is compelling you to suffer watching this stream. Okay, it's fine. Okay, this is like almost right. So let's just yeah, you want to know, but I've answered that question, or like I've said the answer to that question like 5 times already over the course of the past like hour. So that's why it's a bit weird. Get X. Let's have a look at get X. Position.x. What if I do this X? So this.y and this.z. Or maybe not even like that, maybe just that. Let's see. Oh, that's much better. Like, that's actually, like, that's good. Maybe just a little bit more on the Y, but it's like 0.25. Nice, and let's add a little bit of random here. So plus random.next double. But we'll do 0.5 negative random.next double. Like that. And then I can... And then look! It spawns them all over the place. Nice. Why is there a cat up here, by the way? Why is there a cat on top of a hill in the middle of a savannah? Okay, bro. Why are you here? I mean, the village isn't that close to here, right? Like, there's a village over there. And I think there was another one over here somewhere. There's another cat there. I think there was another one somewhere, but it wasn't very close. No, maybe there wasn't another one. Maybe I imagined it. But even more reason for there not to be a cat up here. I think this is broken again. Because I definitely do not have this much nitro. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to fix that some other time, I think. But the particles work, which was what I wanted to do. That's what I said I wanted to do. And what I wanted to get working. There is kind of one final thing we could do. And that is, getting a HUD for the nitro boost. It should be fairly easy, I think. I'll just add it like at the top, I guess, because there's nothing at the top, right? I don't think, unless I'm forgetting something, which I probably am. So I could do that. And I mean, that should be fairly easy because yeah, that should be super easy with Forge's UI stuff, right? Forge's overlay stuff. So mod event handler, and here we go, register overlays. So we'll say event.register. It can be below all, I guess. It doesn't really matter. We're going to register wheelchair nitro. And then we've got these. So, okay, we'll grab the player. No, we want to grab, yeah, the player. But it would actually be a local player. I don't think that really matters. And we're going to see if the player is on a wheelchair, which is exactly what Copilot has suggested, but just not quite with the right names. We'll say wheelchair. Player big with instance of a wheelchair. Then we are going to see if the wheelchair is boosting. And if it's boosting, then we're going to draw the... We're going to draw a gradient. So I'm actually going to grab this from... Trying to think. Mix in. Here we go. Actually, no, we don't need to do that. We can just do GUI component. Oh no, they don't have a gradient, do they? Now that I think about it. So no, we can't do that. We can just get it from here. There we go. So we're going to go draw gradient rect. And I've accidentally put that inside of a method. Just ignore that. Draw gradient rect. Actually, no, we don't want to care if they're boosting or not, do we? But what we do want to get is the nitro. So int or int nitro. Yeah, nitro. Say max nitro. And we'll just create some methods to do this. And hopefully Copilot can do this for me. Yep, we want that. And then we want public int get max nitro. Oh, got that. That was weird. I had a frog in my throat. Don't know where that came from. Ugh. There we go, max nitro. So we'll say max nitro is equal. No, I actually just want to say. Let's do max nitro is equal 0. If not empty, then we're going to increment by 100. If that's not empty, then we increment by another 100 and return max nitro. There we go. That's getting really long, that class now, isn't it? How long is it now? No, it's actually not that long, but it felt longer than that. Okay, so that gives us a float percentage, which we will actually round. That's fine, actually. We can keep that float cast there. So that gives us an int percentage. Now we're going to say that the int Width is going to be... How long should we do it? Maybe screen width by 2. Int height is equal, say 20 for now, but we can change that. Oh, int x, screen width, negative width by 2, yep, that's fine. Int y, we're going to just put as 20. And we're going to draw this. First, we're going to want the gradient correct. The buffer builder, I mean. Don't know what I'm on about. So we'll go tessellator .get instance .get builder. We'll give it x, y with height. Okay, we're going to start it on red. So we'll say F, and we will end it on blue. And apparently there's a redundant double there. Lovely to know. That hasn't actually worked, so we want to multiply that by %. Is that right? Yeah, I think so. No. No, not really. We can say width is equal that. Round of argument type. So yeah, that doesn't need to be like that. Width is, we can actually say times equal %. Okay, so let's try that. Now, one very important thing. Actually, no, we'll just try that. See what it does. And then we'll decide whether that's going to be an issue or not. Now that I think of it, we are going to want this. Probably. And then disable it afterwards. Would be rather nice and important. And that means we can just use the buffer in there. Now we can hot swap now that the game's loaded like that. Let's see if this works. Let's see if it renders anything, is what I want to know first of all. And then depending on if it renders anything, then we can see. So actually nothing is rendering. Let me see then. So if the player is not null and the player vehicle is instance of a wheelchair, maybe because it's below all. But let's see, the X is screen width divided by 2. Oh. Because screen width divided by 2, negative width divided by 2. Oh, no, that is right. That is right. Yeah, so then Y20. So we draw it from there. X, Y, width, height, start, end. Let's just sout width. That would make sense because there's no nitro. So I'm just going to plonk some nitro in there. Hey, there you go. Look, we've got a nitro bar. Okay. So now what we'll do is we'll fix that because that's not quite how we want it. So you see this goes start, end. So we actually want these ones there. I believe like that. Nope, not like that. That means it's going to be like that then. So it'll go start, end, start. That's correct. No, that's not correct. That's the wrong way round. I want it to be the other way around. So I want it to go here, or is it? No, I want this one to be the starts. And then I want this one and this one to be the end. Is that right? Or is that how I want it? Starting at red, ending at blue, or should it start at... Yeah, that makes sense. Now the important thing to note is that's not going down. That's not changing, which is not good. And also, now that I think about it, I should fix that. This too. I'm actually just going to move this into rendering utils. And I'm also going to put these in there. That way you can also get rid of the buffer. Just makes that a bit simpler, doesn't it? There you go, like that. So then what I'm going to do with this is I can move this into my rendering utils. So we'll do that. Nice, and then I can do that in here too. So get rid of this. Rendering utils. Draw gradient rect. No buffer needed. So let's see, this starts at red, ends at blue. And this is doing the same thing, right? Starting at red, ending at blue. Now... let's draw a background first. I think that'd be a good idea. And let me also just do that. Because that doesn't need to be there. So we're going to want to draw the background first. Drawable helper. Drawable helper. Why? No. I thought there was one. And I was trying to look for it earlier. I thought it was in GUI component. But there doesn't seem to be anything for gradients, which is, I don't know, it's weird. So I just gave up at that. I just want to feel like that. Yep, and then I have to restart, of course, because I moved the method around. This is the last attempt I think I'll do, unless I'm very close on this final attempt. I should really do like actually like x -1 there, y -1, then x plus width plus 1, y plus height plus 1. I'll do that depending on what this shows. So that's actually showing there's nothing in there, which is wrong. Oh, that's also wrong. So why, when there's nothing in there, does it show full red? Let's sout percent. Right. So what I should say is if percent equal 0 or percent is equal integer max value or min value, I suppose would make sense too. So there you go. Now it doesn't render if there's just one in there. Now, for whatever reason, it's not going down when I boost, and I think that's once again what's to do with the syncing thing. So I mean, that's pretty much all I wanted, really. And you can actually see now that the canisters had the correct colors in the inventory too, which is good. That's what I wanted. You can see that's much better. Yeah, it's red to blue, which is good. So I'll probably hopefully get this fully working in between this stream and the next one. I mean, it does mostly work now anyways, but it's just that tiny weeny little syncing thing, which I'll probably figure out. It shouldn't be too hard. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this stream, because we have been going for almost 4 hours. Actually, not as long as I thought it would be, but yeah, 4 hours, I suppose so. I suppose it has been 4 hours. So yeah, that's going to be it. I will stream again soon. I don't know when. As usual, I will announce it on my Discord server before I stream, so you'll know when, and I'll see you then. So, goodbye. Okay, YouTube wants me to do verification, so I can't end the stream until I complete verification.